let's talk about market segmentation. So before we get into this, let's discuss what do we even mean by the word market when we say this. Well, in a marketing contest, what we're talking about is kind of the pool of potential buyers for your product or service. So let's have this rectangle represent the pool of buyers. So we can divide or segment this market of buyers in many different ways. So one way is to say, okay, well, we can divide it into buyers who live in the US and then people who don't live in the US. Now, why might this be useful? Well, we can't necessarily market our product or service very well to every single person in the world. For some products, sure, that's possible. But for a lot of products, you want to craft a pitch, you want to position your product in a certain way, and it might be useful to say, okay, well, maybe it's people in the US that our product is going to appeal to the most. Or maybe it's people outside the U.S. So there's different ways, or countries, or there's a lot of different ways that you're slicing up this pie. You can think of it in a circle, and you're cutting up, and then you say, okay, well, we're going to segment the market, and then maybe we want to go after this particular segment. So let's think about the different ways that we can divide up the market or the potential pool of buyers for the product that we're making, and let's think about the ways that we can do that. Well, one way is that one we just discussed is called geographic segmentation. So we're just saying, okay, you live in a particular geographic region, therefore we think that you're more likely to purchase our product or service, and we're going to pitch it for you. So another way to think about it is demographic segmentation. So demographic, we're thinking more about, now I'm talking about the consumer market here, we're talking more about a person's age, or their income level, or the number of people living in the household. There's some kind of demographic variable, and we feel, okay, well, for example, maybe everyone aged 25 to 35 is going to be the people that are most appealed to by our particular product. So then you're slicing the market up in the same way, but you're maybe saying, okay, this is people 25 to 35, and so forth, and then this is at 36 to 50, and so forth. You've got these different ways, and then you say, I'm going to go after this particular segment. Or maybe you're going to go after more than one segment. So besides geographic and demographic ways of splitting up the market of consumers, another way is called psychographic. So psychographic, what you're typically doing is you're having people take some kind of test, or you're somehow evaluating people, getting the results of some kind of test. So you're basically studying them, doing market research to determine what kind of values do they have. Maybe the people that you determine there's this one group of people, they're really independent, or they really value freedom or something like that. And you say, okay, you know what, these people, they would really be excited about our brand, really be excited about what we're trying to do, and we want to go after everyone with this kind of psychographic profile. Another thing to think about is you can split the market up based on people's past behavior. This is behavioral segmentation. So what we're thinking about here is like past purchases or past behavior. People have maybe revealed some kind of preference. Maybe if they bought some kind of product in the past, you think that it's very likely that your product would also appeal to them. So you're kind of splitting up the market based on people's past behavior. So what all these things have in common is you're taking a look at the consumer market, and you're going ahead and you're saying, okay, well, how can we split this up? How can we divvy this up, put people into different groups, and then what groups do we want to particularly target? Now, here we've been talking about, this is all about the consumer market right here. This is consumers. Because when you're thinking about marketing a product to a business, you really can't say, oh, well, I really want to do it based on the person's values or something. We're talking about a business now. So when you think of a business, well, some ways to kind of divvy up a business, you can think of different industries. Maybe you want to target a specific industry, like the mining industry or something, or you go off of a business's size, Or again, as with consumers, you can look at the region in which the business operates, or you can think of like what kind of products do they currently offer? What's their product mix? And then maybe their willingness to pay in terms of price. Maybe some business is willing to pay a higher price for certain types of things if they get higher quality. These are all different ways that you can go ahead and just create this way of slicing up the market and then saying, okay, here we've got this, here we've got this characteristic, here we've got this, and then, okay, you know what, we really like this, and we really like this. We're going to go after B and D, and then we're going to leave these other two. We're really not going to position our product for them. So market segmentation is all about kind of dividing up the market, segmenting it into different groups so that you can then have an idea about how to position your product to which groups.